Hello everyone, I Tushar Joshi welcomes all of you again. We are going to complete this chapter and this is the last exercise of this chapter. We have completed so many exercises up to 13.6 and so many questions were imported, and again very much important topic with I'm just come back. The volume of cone today we have to learn, and so many questions generally come every time in exam from this last and the 13.7th exercise. This is as well as exam oriented as well as important also for lifetime, and as well as this is interesting also. Now let us start exercise number 13.7, and today in this lecture we have to complete question number 1 and 2. Then this is the first of all I have to explain you. I just want to explain you some concept related to volume of the cylinder. See here, as you can see, this is the, now you have to focus on my pointer. This is the volume, this is the cylinder, okay, and this is the cone. If you see the height, okay, this is the height and the base diameter of the cylinder and cone both are same, okay. But what about this shape which forms below side? This is directly, both of the lines are vertical, but this is not vertical, okay. These are intersecting lines. We have this all things we have learned in our previous chapters, lines and angles, okay. Okay, so see, if I ask you that how many this kind of such a this kind of such a cap, otherwise this kind of such a cone I can fill in this cylinder, means it should be full, okay. If I pour water, okay, one cone of water, will it full? No. If I pour 2 can of water, means 2 can of water, will it full? How we can say how many, if the base diameter and the height both are same, then how many cons we can pour, how we can say? Then see, this is the activity. If you will pour first con, then it will not full, but the third part, okay, 1/3 part of this cylinder will be full. Then 2/3 part, and then finally 3/3 means one part, 3/3, okay, that will cut. So one part means the 100% of cylinder will full. See, this is really enjoyable activity. These people now, you, because nowadays you people at your home, so you can use this trick, you can use the, you can do this activity at your home. This is really amazing. You have to make two shapes as here I have shown. First is cylinder and second is cone, and then this activity you have to do, okay, means you have to pour full of the cone, and that cone again you have to pour in cylinder. Then exactly the 3, if the height and the base diameter of the same of the both of the shape, then exactly 3 cones will fill this cone, this cylinder, so that we can say that the volume of, now see, this is the main point, the volume of the cone is exactly the third part of the cylinder. Again, let me repeat, the volume of the cone is exactly the third part of the volume of the cylinder. So this is the formula. As here you can see, the volume of cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h, because in our previous exercise you have used the volume of cylinder, that is pi r square h, and the volume of cone is exactly 1/3 part, okay, 1/3 part of the cylinder, so that is 1/3 into pi r square h. Really easily you can memorize, you can understand. It is actually not, no need to memorize, just logic you have to accept. That is the third part of the cylinder. Then now we are going to start first exercise, means 13.7th exercise, first question. This formula only here we have to use. When they will ask you, see volume, here you can see now, this is the 13.7th exercise, and volume of the right circular cone. Okay, these are two keywords. First keyword is volume and second keyword is cone. So some spark should be in your mind, that is 1 by 3 pi r square h. One spark in your mind, that is 1 by 3 pi r square h. That formula only we have to use in this full exercise. And let us start this exercise with question number first. See here, volume of right circular cone we have to find. Here two questions are given. I will solve only one question. Second one you have to solve because both are same, both are easy. Then let me solve second question because that is decimal point here you can see. Then I will find second question. You have to find the answer of first question. Then radius is given and height is given. Then volume, okay, volume is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. 1 by 3 pi is 22 by 7 into radius square 35 by 10 because that is 3.5, again 35 by 10, and height is given 12 centimeter. Okay, then 7 5 za 5, 2 za 2, 11 za, okay, and 3 4 za 12. Then what you will get here, 11 into 35 4 za 140. Okay, so 11 into 140 divided by 10. Okay, 11 as it is, 35 4 za 140 divided by 10, again 0 and 0 will cut, so 14 11 za 154, and now unit is centimeter cube. Okay, so 154 centimeter cube is your answer. So easy question. To us this kind of question are very much less chance to be asked in exam. So first question here you have to solve. Then let us go toward the next question, question number second. See, this is the second question. Find the capacity in liters of conical vessel. Okay, we have to find capacity in liter. Two questions are given here. So like previous question only, I will find just one question and remaining one you have to find. Both are almost same. Let me start with first question. Radius is given, slant height is given. Then pi r square h. Then here now we have to find. Okay. Now see here, radius is given and slant height is given. Okay, then this relation, as you all know, L square is equal to h square plus r square. Then here what we have to find, radius is given. Okay, radius means r square is given, slant height L square is given. Then we have to find height. Okay, so h square is equal to L square minus r square, but we want height only, so square root here we have to take L square minus r square. Then under root of what will come, L square. L square is what, slant height is given 25, so 25 square is 6, 25 minus r square is 7, so that is 49. So what will remain, 576. Okay, 576. So here height will come, h is equal to root of 576, so h is equal to plus or minus 24. Otherwise, if you remember, see next year Pythagorean triplet will come, so some triplets you have to memorize. Okay, that is 24, 7 and 25. One triplet is 24, 7, 25. If this is 25 7, then which one is remain? That is 24 only. So without these calculations, if I have 6 steps can be saved, and 1 minute, almost 1 minute can be saved if you know Pythagorean triplet. Okay, then h is equal to plus or minus 24, but you have to write, because you have to write height cannot be in negative term. So that height is equal to, now height is equal to 24 centimeter. Okay, so now h is equal to 24 centimeter, and now our formula, because here volume we have to find first. So volume is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. So 1 by 3 as it is, pi 22 by 7 into r square. Radius square is 7 into again 7 into h is what? 24. Now 7 7 cut, and now 3 8s are, so 22 into 56. Okay, 22 into 56, 7 8s are 56. So this is the volume. Okay, answer will come in centimeter cube. So if you multiply 56 to the 112, 10 plus again 112, what will come? 2 3 2 and 1 centimeter cube. 1232 centimeter cube. But still this is not the final answer. Why? Because this is centimeter cube, but here see in instruction what is written, the capacity you have to find in liters, in terms of liter you have to find. So one relation you have to remember, 1000 centimeter cube, 1000 centimeter cube is equal to 1 liter. This relation you have to memorize, compulsory you have to learn this relation, because otherwise you will not able to convert centimeter cube in liter. Okay, then 1232 centimeter cube, 1232 centimeter cube is equal to how much? If you cross multiply, then 1000 will come in denominator. So in denominator I will write 1000. So 1.232 liter. 1.23 means almost, that is 1.25. Okay, so 1.25 liter capacity this vessel have. Okay, so this is your final answer, and now you have to write in statement form that capacity of this conical vessel is 1.232 liter. Okay, so I hope both of the questions you understood. See this second question. Okay, second one, height is 12 centimeter is given and slant height is 13 centimeter given. So this question now you have to solve yourself, because that is so easy. What I have done in first question, the same thing you have to repeat in second question. Okay, so I hope you all people understood what I just want to explain you, and you have enjoyed a lot. Now I have something for you, and that is, yes, that is the homework. Question number 3rd, 4th and 5th are so easy. So easily you can solve this question. And as I have discussed earlier with you people, that the ratio of teacher and student should be 1:10. Should be 1:10. If teacher solve one question, then from student side they should solve 10 questions to get grip in especially mathematics and generally every subject. So the work from your side should be 10 times of me. Okay, so if I'm solving one question, so minimum 10 questions you people have to solve. So here these 3 questions for you today in homework. 3, 4 and 5th, 3 of the questions are so easily you can solve. So you people have to solve, and you have to send me in Google Classroom. And finally, if you have really enjoyed this lecture, then don't forget to hit like button, and really you understood all of these things, so don't forget to share with your friends. Stay connected with me. Thank you.